hearts beat to the
Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today I am showing you one of my commission builds sort of thing. So it's like a request that I got from a follower on, I want to say Instagram, but I could be wrong because I've had like requests all over the place on X, on Reddit, on Twitter. Sorry, X is the same thing as Twitter. On Discord, on Instagram. So I'm kind of lost a little bit on like where each thing is coming from. So I think this was Instagram, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so this was requested by one of my followers, and they really liked my small kind of one pack only ranch that I did when Horse Ranch came out, and they wanted a version for their own family, which was a bit bigger, so they could not really fit them into the small build that I did. So this is a huge bungalow because, again, that was one of the requirements they had. They wanted it to be a bungalow because apparently it's easier to play. It's easier for gameplay. It's like more convenient for gameplay than multiple story homes. So they wanted a bungalow with like 8 Sims for 3 generations, technically 4. Yeah, 4 generations technically. So there are 6 bedrooms, 2 master bedrooms, 1 infant bedroom, 1 teen bedroom, and 2 kid bedrooms. So they wanted specifically for their family or their household, but obviously you could move in whoever you want, turn any of the rooms into something else, of course, but this is kind of how it is. And apart from the 6 bedrooms, there are also 5 bathrooms, so it's a really big house. I am very proud of the layout. I think I found an inspiration picture somewhere on Pinterest, and I went with it because I really liked the way it looked, and I was a bit worried I'm not going to be able to fit everything that I needed. I think that's something I struggle with when I'm working on these commissions that are not necessarily, I don't get an inspiration picture but an idea, and I get a family size. So for example, this morning I started working on a sort of like a craftsman farmhouse kind of thing in San Sequoia, which is also a request by one of my followers, and they had like specific family in mind, so like ages and kind of the dynamics and things like that. And I think I find it difficult to make sure that the shell has enough rooms, but with this one that I did this morning, and this one as well with the range that you can see on the screen, I think I figured that out pretty well, and I think they both turned out pretty nice. The one that I'm working on at the moment you're gonna see in a couple of weeks after I post my other builds, because I have quite a lot going at the moment. I'm also hosting a shell challenge that ends in about a month, and that's gonna be up on my channel as well because I want to tackle the shell myself. And yeah, so just some more information about what the follower wanted from this build. So they wanted to make sure that it was a 1-story home. It had 6 bedrooms for 8 Sims. It had enough bathrooms for them, and it had all the necessities that you have in a house. So like all the living spaces. I think there's also like a library / office room in here that they wanted. So they had kind of like very good idea on what they wanted. And they also wanted to have a lot of room for animals. So they wanted a stable, they wanted place for the horses to train, they wanted chickens, they wanted these kind of shacks for a cow or a llama. They also wanted place for gardening, so there is a stable, there is an area for the horse to train, there's one of those shacks for a cow or a llama, 1 chicken coop, and I also decided to build a small greenhouse as well, because I know from my very limited experience with gameplay that greenhouses are very useful for gameplay because you can grow stuff all year round. So it doesn't really matter what season it is. You can grow whatever you want in there, rather than if you were growing your crops outside, you are limited to crops that grow in certain seasons. If you have the seasons pack, of course. If you don't, then you don't really care. But if you do, I think a lot of people have seasons, you need to have something sheltered so that you can grow whatever you want wherever you want. So that's why I opted for that. But there's also, I think I placed some of the patches that we got with Cottage living later on outside as well, because I wanted to fill space. Because there is a lot of space. This is built on a 64 by 64. It's the Duke's Hall lot in Chestnut Ridge. It's huge. I've built on this before actually, which is kind of funny because I don't usually build on 64 by 64s, and I built on this one twice. So that's kind of a curiosity, because I think there are a lot of 64 by 64s in other worlds that I have not built on before. So yeah, I've built on this one before, and I love how this turned out as well. I had a lot of space for landscaping, so there's a lot of landscaping. I only show a little part of it, actually, because if I would show all of it, we would be here for like 10 more minutes, because there has been a lot of landscaping. So I see, I think I show the part around, like directly around the house, where kind of the main landscaping is, and then I'll just skip and you can see the entire kind of area there, so you can do whatever you want, basically. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, sorry, that was not what I was talking about. So yeah, you can see this is where I do the landscaping, and then I'm gonna skip over to when I'm finished with the landscaping already. So yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry, I'm watching Simmery's stream simultaneously. She's touring shell challenges, because I'm recording this ahead of time because we are going on a trip with my family next week, in the week that you're actually going to see this, and I should be back on Friday, which is when this video comes out, so I wouldn't have time to record. So I am recording a bit ahead of time because I'm going away next week to Austria, actually, to ski, which is very exciting. So yeah, that's why I'm recording ahead of time, and that's why I'm watching Simmery's stream on a Friday afternoon, recording a voiceover for next week. And yeah, that's why I got distracted a little bit. That was basically my excuse for losing my thoughts. So here you can see the skipped landscaping. I also skipped quite a big pond, which I'm not very proud of. I wanted to show you that, but I completely forgot to press record when I was working on it, so I hope you'll forgive me. I used stones that came with the debug menu with Chestnut Ridge. That's not the name of the pack. The name of the pack is Horse Ranch. So I used the stones that came with the stone. I'm sorry, I'm just not very good at talking. I used the stones that came with the debug from Horse Ranch. That's what I was trying to say. And again, to make it fit with the surroundings, and I really love how the landscaping turned out. It's very lush, and it just really creates a very like cool look for the lot, and I'm very proud of how this turned out. I was very intimidated by, I think, the sheer size of this, because there's just so much space on lots like this, but I managed to fill it out pretty nicely, I think, and I'm very proud of that, because yeah, it's something I sometimes struggle with, like kind of figuring out what to place where and how to lay it out, and I'm very happy with how this turned out. There are plenty of planters all around, some activities, you have the bug houses, you have a swing, you have a fire pit, you have some like decorations, some games, also some like eco stuff. I'm not sure if I kept this. I don't think I did. I want to say I didn't, but I might have. I think I did. Seems like I did. I have no idea. Okay, I did. So yeah, there's a hot spring apparently, which I completely forgot about. And now we moved on to the interior. So I struggled a little bit with figuring this out. I usually don't I'm a kind of modern, contemporary, mid-century modern kind of gal, and it was very difficult for me to figure this out a little bit because it was supposed to be like a ranch vibe, and because the house is so huge, it was a bit difficult to kind of lay it out in a way that didn't look weird. And for some reason, the lighting in some of the rooms was just so weird, especially here in the kitchen. I don't know why that was, but I just could not make it work. So even though the kitchen turned out kind of nice, it's not my favorite room at all. I think I love the master bedrooms. Those I absolutely adore. As well, I think the bedrooms in general, because all of them are very unique, but also very like cute and kind of include the personality a little bit of the person that lives in them. So I think I'm very happy with that in particular. But yeah, generally I struggled a little bit with the interior. I think my favorite part about this house was the exterior, because I really love how that turned out. The interior, not bad, but I've done better, I think. Anyway, in my last video, which I actually recorded yesterday, I talked about my exam that I took on Wednesday. Yes, so just so you know, if you are invested in my life at least a little bit, I passed. I got my grade earlier today. I got a B. We have like numbers in Czech school systems, but I know it's more like letters in other countries. So I got a B from that, which I'm very happy about. I kind of expected it. I hoped I could potentially get an A, but after kind of writing the test, I was kind of, yeah, I'm probably gonna get a B. I did, which is good. So all of my exams are done. I'm just waiting for some essays to be graded. And I also have one exam that I'm kind of postponing a little bit because of my situation with my master's thesis. Because I changed my topic kind of last minute. So I don't have anything, and we were supposed to present how the progress that we've made on it, and I obviously don't have much. So I've been given the opportunity to not present at the moment and present later on when I have at least something, which is great because I just really don't have a lot, and I wouldn't be ready in like 2 weeks to present something. So yeah, that's kind of like a delayed exam. Thankfully, we have a very nice teacher for that, so he was kind enough to let me take the exam later, or like present my progress later. So that's the only thing I'm kind of missing. And yeah, I'm lately trying to work on my thesis, but honestly I'm failing badly because I don't know, it's just so difficult for me these days to concentrate on things, which I hadn't had that before. Or like when I wrote my bachelor thesis, what, 2 years ago? Not last year, so the year before that. I was, I don't want to say excited, but I was kind of, it was fun writing my thesis, but now I'm really fighting with my brain, and I'm struggling to kind of force myself to work and to concentrate, to have a motivation to do things. And it's just taking a toll, I'd say, because I struggle with trying to force myself, but feeling lazy. So yeah, it's not great, but I hope it will kind of roll around once we get back from the vacation. I mean, I'm probably going to take my laptop and try to do some work while we're away, but yeah, still, I'm just not doing great with that at the moment, which sucks, but it is what it is. My brain just doesn't want to cooperate these days, which I guess it's okay, but I'm just struggling with it a little bit. So yeah, I hope I'm not alone in this. My brain's just acting up. I don't know what it is about it and why it just suddenly doesn't want to do the work, but yeah, I think I felt that way ever since I did my finals 2 years ago, in like the summer of 2022. Yes, 2022. I don't know, I felt like after I studied so much, I just felt tired of school and studying, and I just don't think I've been able to recover from that because, I continued with studies. So yeah, I just want to be done and ready to go to work, which I know sounds crazy, but the constant like studying and writing papers, it's just, oh, I hate it. Anyway, let's get to something that's a bit more cheerful because this was a bit depressing. So I completely talked over the dining space. I used a lot of items from the horse ranch pack in this build because, you know, it makes sense that I did. Because there is the vibe that the follower wanted was a ranch, so that's why I used a lot of the stuff from that pack, and I again combined wood tones, which is something I've been really liking lately, like combining different wood tones in builds, because I think it creates this like really fun atmosphere to it, and I really, really love that. So I mix and match like darker woods and lighter woods. So here it's this like dark brown with this like lighter wood, and I think it looks pretty pretty. So here I'm working on the living room. I made sure I also included a piano because I had the space for it here. So yeah, that's what I did. And here I initially thought I would make this like a closet space, but I think I ended up turning it into a laundry room. Yes. So I placed the laundry machines and like the washer and dryer, as well as some like just light clutter. And I think I also placed some of the clutter pieces that we got with laundry day on the wall. So it's like a utility room sort of thing, because I had a lot of bathrooms already. I didn't need to add a proper bathroom. So here we have this sort of like a library office area. So I imagined, you know, it's always good to have like a computer in your homes if you do gameplay, because they are very useful for a lot of things. So that's why I decided to place, and I used this one from Cottage Living because I really liked the way that looked. It kind of fit in with the color not color palette, the idea that I had for this this build. Here, I think it's the only bathroom that I show. I also think the biggest one. No, I don't. No. There is a bigger one where the master bedrooms are, but I think this is the only one that I actually show because, you know, you don't want to see. It's like with the landscaping. You don't want to see me furnish 5 bathrooms that look pretty much the same. So yeah, I only did one and I copied the rest off camera because why would I bother doing them differently, because, you know, it's a bathroom. I'm not a big fan of doing like fancy bathrooms, so I just don't, because it feels like a waste of time. I'm not very good at like making bathrooms different and just like out of the ordinary, I guess. So here we are working on one of the master bedrooms. You can pretty much choose who you give it to, so it could be either for the grandparents or the parents. I think one is like more into like yellow because I used this swatch of the bed, and the other one is more like green, I want to say. I think I used like a swatch that has green bedding. And both the bedrooms are the same, I think. I think I even copied them over and just changed the colors, like swatches, but I'm not sure. Because the thing is, if I do a big build like this, I get bored of it pretty quickly. That's why I don't do big builds that often, because I get bored of stuff pretty quickly. So whenever I'm working on something big, I just get bored with how repetitive it is. Even though if I like do 3 tiny homes, I'm fine with that. Which is kind of like similar if you build something like this, time-wise. But I just get bored because it's the same theme and color palette, and I don't get to go through the entire process. So yeah, that's why I copied over the master bedroom. So they're identical, just like different swatches. Here we have the bedroom for the teenager. I used this bed from Cottage Living, is it? Yes, I think so. With this pink bedding, and because, you know, it was supposed to be for a teenage girl, you could obviously change the color palette and I think some of the details, because this is like a very girly room, but you can obviously, you know, you can put whoever you want in here. But I imagined that this is a room for a girl, and that's also what the person who requested it wanted. They wanted it to be a room for a teenage girl. So all of the rooms are very similar. So this one is for the teen, it has a bigger bed, while the kids' bedrooms have only a single bed, and the infant room obviously has stuff for an infant. And I really love the pink. I am not a big fan of pink in general, but I really like how it looks in this room. It's not like overwhelmingly pink. It's like a nice light shade of pink, and I really like that. And here I am working on the kids' bedrooms. I again made the rooms sorry. Oh my god, why do I keep saying words weirdly? I kept the color scheme, the layout of the room very similar, and I used the same items in both of them. So I just copied things here and there, and I just changed some of the details to make it look more personalized, I guess. But I really love the items that we got with the horse range. I think this gave me a really good opportunity to try out different things, like different items from this pack, because I built a house that was quite small at first, and then I did the big 64 by 64. I did not get to experience a lot of like all of the items, but here I think I used quite a lot, and I really love them, especially this bed that I used here, the single bed from Horse Range. It's so pretty and like very gentle and subtle and soft, so I'm very happy that I got to use it because I just love it. Here I'm just adding some clutter to the desks. I wanted to try and keep the clutter a bit toned down because, you know, this build is actually going to be used for gameplay. Somebody is going to move their family in for sure. I was sure with that, so I kind of tried and kept that in mind when I was finishing this, so that the build would not be like laggy and things like that. I also realized that the other room for the girl is not symmetrical to the one opposite of it, so I just had to kind of figure it out a little bit differently, but yeah, it was fine because I just really wanted to keep the same thing going. And here I am working on the last bedroom, which is the infant's room, and I think that's going to be the last thing that we work on. I might be wrong, but I think it is. It's more like it was supposed to be for an infant boy, so it's very blue. And yeah, that's almost it for today's video. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the tray files in the description box below, as always, on my Ko-fi page, if you prefer it that way. I also forgot to mention on the gallery, if the ID doesn't work for you, just try the hashtag michaelasimsyt. That should take you to my profile, and you can then find the build there. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed working on it, and yeah, have a great day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine.